At a passing glance, the all-new DOXA Sub 300 may appear to be, to the contrary, not new at all. From a distance, or to the casual observer, it just looks like a regular 300T. Same case shape, same archetypical styling, same everything. Look closer, however, or better yet, get your hands on one, and almost instantly novel attributes start to make themselves known. Before we go on though, if you like this video, why not give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Time+Tide, and hit that bell notification so you never miss another video. Unlike the 300T, the new Sub 300 feels smaller and leaner, much more like a vintage timepiece. This is for a number of reasons. Firstly, the classic tonneau-shaped case, hewn from hard-wearing 316L stainless steel, and featuring an arresting blend of brushed and polished finishing, is slimmer by 0.6mm compared to the 300T. Now that may not sound like much, but let me assure you the difference between 14mm and 13.4mm on the wrist is more than merely noticeable. It completely changes the character of the watch. This drop in girth, while certainly welcome, has come at a cost however, as the new Sub 300 has to make do without the fabled helium escape valve found on the 300T, which means water resistance is down from 1200 meters to 300 meters. The other big change for the Neo Vintage Diver is the size of its dial. It's smaller by a few millimeters, and in combination with a thick box-style sapphire crystal that's meant to mimic the acrylic glass that would have been found on a DOXA Diver from the 70s, once again, the whole watch just feels reduced, more wieldy, and lighter, even if only marginally. Also sitting atop the prototypical case is the classic patented diver's unidirectional ratcheting bezel that features both a traditional 60-minute scale engraved on its inner edge and a no deco scale on its outer edge. The case dimensions are actually identical to DOXA's other novelty of 2020, the DOXA Sub 300 Carbon Aqualung US Divers Limited Edition. Given the success of that watch, it's hardly surprising that DOXA chose to borrow its proportions to create an accessible non-limited variant in steel. Like the rest of DOXA's non-limited collections, the Sub 300 will be available in 6 distinct dial colours, each with their own unique personality, and much to the glee of devotees of the brand, individual names. As always, the professional moniker will be featured on DOXA's iconic orange dial, while the Shark Hunter denotes black, Sea Rambler silver, Caribbean navy blue, Diving Star yellow, and Aquamarine in turquoise. As for the layout of the dials, they remain unchanged from the rest of the range, which is a-okay by us, as the partially sectored dials, quintessential handset, and small date aperture located at 3 o'clock all make for optimum legibility and functionality no matter the colour. Another key feature the Sub 300 has borrowed from its carbon kin is its movement, the ETA 2824-2. This isn't any old iteration of the notable self-winding Swiss movement either. It's their top-of-the-range variant, complete with chronometer certification. That means that you're not just getting superlative accuracy of -4 plus 6 seconds a day, but also DOXA decoration, 25 joules, an operating frequency of 28,800 VPH, and no less than 42 hours of power reserve. All these things are a massive positive, but I think by far the new Sub 300's best trait is its new rubber straps. They're available in 5 colours, and they each complement the different dials really well. And the straps feel nothing short of amazing on the wrist. You can tell that DOXA hasn't scrimped on them. They are a quality item. Each comes with a brushed stainless steel push-button deploying clasp with a ratcheting diver's extension, and that's a handy touch, especially if you're planning to wear the watch over a wetsuit. And if rubber straps aren't to your taste, you needn't worry, because the new Sub 300 can also be had with a tapered stainless steel beads of rice style bracelet that feels weighty, solid, and actually quite opulent on the wrist. Be aware though, the bracelet uses a simpler, less technical deploying clasp. It's not a bad thing or anything, but it is something to be aware of. Overall though, this watch drastically dials down the tool watch vibes and hones in on the steel sports watch market. It's more wearable, it is more refined, has a specced-up movement, and it has its eyes on the wrists of not just vintage or retro watch lovers already turned on to the DOXA brand and its legacy, but also the luxury watch buyer in general. And now to pricing and availability. The new DOXA Sub 300 has an Australian recommended retail price of $3,950 on rubber and $3,990 on bracelet. And whichever model you go for, I truly think these watches do represent some of the best value for money propositions in the dive watch market, period. The DOXA Sub 300 is available for pre-order right now at the DOXA online store. Thanks for watching.